Welcome everyone, this is Watchman on Wall, bringing you another episode discussing today's current topics regarding the entertainment industry, and inviting you, of course, to be watchful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. In my videos so far, I've been discussing certain artists in the music industry and how they sold their souls to the devil in order to influence the masses and to be used to adopt an anti-Christian worldview, right? And so I've covered Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly and, the hidden agenda of the music industry that they promote, and have done a couple of videos exposing former child stars and current industry slaves like Ariana Grande and Miley Cyrus. Today I'm going to cover one of the biggest false gods and idols in the entertainment industry, Beyonce, Queen Bey, or whatever her worshippers call her these days. And I'm going to show you how she is nothing but a modern day witch, used by the record companies to cast spells on millions of people. Let's get started. Beyonce knows has been the most popular female R&B singer over the past couple of decades. And she came to prominence in the late 90s, early 2000s, with Destiny's Child, and began to take off as a solo artist shortly after she broke into the music industry. And she's had 22 Grammys and 63 Grammy nominations. Beyonce has really made a name for herself in the music industry for the past 20 or so years. And so now, you might say, as a follower of Beyonce, you might ask me, why am I picking on Beyonce in this video? She's not a Satanist. I mean, she's not a slave in the industry like other people. I mean, I must be out of my mind. Beyonce got to where she was at, by her unique talent, by being beautiful, by being a great singer, by being a great dancer. And so if you believe for a second that Beyonce is not down with the occult and isn't down with the Illuminati and didn't get to the level that she is at without this satanic spirits that she summons, then you're heavily asleep and need this video to wake up. And I'll prove to you that this lady is heavily influenced by the dark magic. And so in a story that came out a couple of weeks ago, Beyonce's former drummer, Kimberly Thompson, accused the singer of performing witchcraft and using spells in order to manipulate her for several things. And so this article, I got this from CelebrityAccess.com. It says Kimberly Thompson, who played with Beyonce in the all-girl Sugar Mama, wants a restraining order because the performer is using her spells to run surveillance and control her finances, according to a court filing obtained by The Blast. Now, I'm going to say this is somebody who personally knows Beyonce saying this accusation about her. This is a lady that played with her. This is a lady that knows her personally. And so now, this lady can be making up these accusations because people tell lies all the time. And, and this article and several articles with the same story, they don't tell you whether this story doesn't tell you whether Beyonce uses witchcraft to influence people, with her music. And so, but if these accusations were false, why would this lady make up something that would appear to be so silly and so foolish to a judge? I mean, wouldn't she make up something that was more believable to a judge in order to win a lawsuit? I mean, if I wanted to sue Beyonce for a couple of thousand, even for a couple of $100, I would make something up that didn't seem so silly to people, like witchcraft. I would say, well, Beyonce assaulted me. Well, Beyonce defamed my character somehow. And so this accusation doesn't surprise me. I mean, Beyonce is not the only artist who has been accused of practicing witchcraft and dark magic. I mean, Madonna and Katy Perry have also been accused by people of being heavily involved in the occult and using this demonic force in order to entertain and in order to make music popular. And so if you want to go places in the music industry and reach the level of a Beyonce, the level of a Katy Perry, you have to be involved in witchcraft and the occult. And so for many decades, artists and rock bands, have used records and used albums to catch spells on their listeners and their fans. And, back in the 1970s, there was a man named John Todd who was an insider of the music industry. And he mentioned how Satanists take records to summon demons. And so that the people who listen to the records would be influenced by them. He also mentioned that a person has to be into witchcraft to receive a record contract. And, this guy, some people said he was a lunatic. Some people said that he was out of his mind, that everything he said and accused the music industry of, have to take with a grain of salt. But I really believe that there is a demonic influence. And Beyonce knows the rules to the music industry and how it works. I mean, she was sold into the industry at a very young age, like these other artists that I covered, and has been a pawn for these major record labels for all these years. And so here, she's admitted that the demonic spirit, which she refers to as Sasha Fierce, lives inside of her. The spirit allows her to perform for her fans and in ways that she normally wouldn't be able to perform. I mean, this is her saying this. This is not a conspiracy theorist making this up. You could watch the interview that she did on the Tyra Banks show. And, she's admitted this, in several other media outlets. And so you see this demonic spirit manifest in her during her 2013 Super Bowl halftime show performance. And, this was Satan completely at work in Beyonce. I mean, she just is a completely different person here. And so in this shot, you see her laying on the stage. She's lying down on the ground here. And it seems like this is an inside of inverted pentagram, right? The pentagram is an occultic symbol, used by Satanists. And this is where Beyonce, she summons spirits. She summons this great energy in order to perform. And so in this slide, you see how, the spirits manifest in her and her face just morphs into some masculine-like look that she has. I mean, you could see that this is not really Beyonce. This is just the spirit at work inside of her. And so in this slide, she throws up the pyramid sign, the same sign that her satanic husband Jay-Z throws, and he says that it's the rock sign, but it's really the Eye of Horus sign, right? And so, this is the same symbol that we find, in the Church of Satan. Anton LaVey, who was the founder of it, he used to throw it up, in his allegiance to the devil. And, Aleister Crowley, as I mentioned in my other video of Miley Cyrus, he was a big proponent of this. And so here Beyonce is taking on the appearance of the Hindu goddess Kali, right? Kali is a goddess that they say that she was associated with sexuality, right? And, in Beyonce's music, she expresses a lot of her sexuality, a lot of lust she causes men and women to develop into them. And so here she is dressed up as the robot Maria from this old 1920s science fiction movie called Metropolis. And so this robot, in the music, it influences masses of people to create anarchy, to kind of change society. And so Beyonce, she knows that her music robotically brainwashes people while she performs into following her and into idolizing her. And so in this slide, she is wearing the Baphomet outfit. Baphomet is a goat-like, has both sexes, deity used in the occult. You see it throughout a lot of entertainers, right? They're down with this Baphomet character. And so you see her throwing up the 666 symbol. with her satanic husband Jay-Z, right? He's throwing up devil horns. And so, I'll be doing an expose video on Jay-Z, and I'm going to show you how Jay-Z is just probably even more demonic and satanic than any other entertainer that you can possibly see. And so now Beyonce knows that people are exposing her for her ties in the occult and with Satanism. And like most celebrities who get called out for these things, because these celebrities know that people like me and like countless others are making videos, exposing them for their satanic ties. And so in order to get the public to stop questioning them for these things, they try to downplay it. They deny that they are a part of the occult. And so in her song entitled Formation, she says, y'all haters corny with that Illuminati mess. And, she just says that so she wants her followers to believe that conspiracy theorists are foolish and crazy in order to blind people from the truth. Because blinding people from the truth and from understanding these things is what these artists are very good at, right? They have millions of followers, and so they want their followers to continue being blinded. And so my prayer for you is that God allows you to wake up from being spiritually blinded by Beyonce and her music. And so the only way you can accomplish that is through the blood and sacrifice of Jesus Christ. And if you're a Beyonce fan and watch this video, I don't believe it was by coincidence. I believe that God is trying to open up your eyes and open up your heart and see that this is music that doesn't glorify him, but glorifies his accuser, which is Satan. And so I thank you for watching this video, and I encourage you to always be watchful. God bless.